Midnight, which ETF built more millionaires in 2026? Everyone has an opinion. I tested them all. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to choose the best ETF for your portfolio. Let's dive in. 030. In today's video, we're comparing 3 ETFs that have been making waves in the investment world. These are not just any ETFs. They're the ones that have generated the most millionaires in 2026. First up, we have the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF, VTI. This ETF offers broad exposure to the entire U.S. stock market. Next,
we have the SPDR S&P 500 ETF Trust, SPY, which tracks the performance of the S&P 500 index. Lastly, we have the iShares Core MSCI Total International Stock ETF, IXUS, providing access to international markets. Each ETF caters to different investor needs, from domestic to global diversification. The prices are accessible, with VTI and SPY trading around $200 per share, while IXUS is slightly higher at around $250. Now, let's see how they stack up against each other. 2 o'clock for our first test. We'll look at their performance over the past year. As you can see, VTI has shown a steady growth of 15%, SPY has gained 12%, and IXUS has increased by 10%. Based on these numbers, VTI scores a 9/10, SPY gets an 8/10, and IXUS receives a 7/10. 3:30 moving on to our second test. We'll examine the fees associated with each ETF. Lower fees mean more money stays in your pocket. VTI has an expense ratio of 0.03%, SPY charges 0.09%, and IXUS has a slightly higher fee of 0.18%. In terms of cost effectiveness, VTI scores a 10 out of 10, SPY gets a 9/10, and IXUS receives an 8/10. 5 o'clock, our third test focuses on diversification. A well-diversified portfolio can help mitigate risk. VTI holds over 3,500 stocks. SPY covers the top 500 companies in the U.S., and IXUS provides exposure to over 7,000 international stocks. For diversification, VTI scores a 9 out of 10, SPY gets an 8 out of 10, and IXUS receives a perfect 10 out of 10 due to its extensive international coverage. 6:30, the fourth test, is liquidity. How easily can you buy and sell these ETFs without affecting their price? VTI and SPY both have high liquidity with daily trading volumes exceeding 10 million shares. IXUS, while still liquid, trades around 5 million shares daily. In terms of liquidity, VTI and SPY both score a 10 out of 10, while IXUS gets a 9 out of 10. 8 o'clock, but the real surprise is coming. Our surprise round focuses on tax efficiency. How much do you keep after taxes? After analyzing the tax implications, VTI shows the highest tax efficiency with a score of 9 out of 10. SPY follows closely with an 8 out of 10, and IXUS receives a 7 out of 10. 9 o'clock, the clear winner is the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF, VTI, with a total score of 47/50. It excels in
performance, fees, diversification, liquidity, and tax efficiency. However, use VTI if you need broad U.S. market exposure and lower fees. Use SPY if you prefer the top 500 U.S. companies. And use IXUS if you seek international diversification. If you're enjoying this, hit subscribe. We post stories like this every day, and you don't want to miss the next one. Subscribe and hit the bell. We drop new personal finance content every single day. The next story is even crazier. 9:45 if you like this. Watch our next video on the top crypto trends of 2026.